Hello, everybody. I hope you're doing well. I'm glad you could make it. Tonight is going to be a nice one again because it's all about the Bible and flat Earth. Well, let's hope they actually bring up Bible this time because this is part 2. Part 1, they unfortunately didn't have any Bible for us, guys. So let's just hope they bring something. So I'm just going to say hi. We got Michael Kahn, Just Bill, and PJ Cruikshank in Ellemnet. How are you guys doing?
Good, absolutely fantastic. Yourself, Bats?
I'm doing well, thanks.
Brilliant, mate.
Welcome, one and all.
And then I'm just going to say hi to everybody in the YouTube land. Paul, good to see you. Theo, thank you for coming. STSE, PJ Cruikshank. Someone's phone is quite loud. I think it's PJ.
Yeah, it was my buzzer. It's all right. I've answered it.
Level up. Richard G, the bad guy. Maurice Arno, goed om je te zien, liefie. Bye, liefio. Michael Kahn, Signa Step, and Charlie Welsh, all in Norstrand. Good to see you guys.
Yo.
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 So, last we ended up with this. Remember Aristophanes, they called it experiment and they were not understanding, saying, oh, look, you don't get the height. PJ, you're getting a lot of feedback from your mate. I think you might have to put it softer.
I use mute button.
Hello? Still.
It's dropped out button.
Huh? Okay, but it's still got feedback. Then it's not PJ then. I think it's from
It's not me.
Yeah. Can you guys hear any feedback?
No.
I did not.
Okay, as long as you guys don't hear any feedback. Hey, Jeff, good to see you guys in YouTube. Please type 1 if you do not hear feedback. Type 2 if you do. Might just be very sensitive in my earphones. Maybe that's the problem. But there, that's much better. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, no feedback. Okay, that's a good thing. Sorry about that. Let's get back to the show. So, remember last time we ended up here and the guys were conflating and saying, oh, you see, it doesn't matter what distance height you have. The problem is your height is so far off than the claimed globe height, so therefore it's wrong. Like, hello? Just because you claim it's 93 million miles away and you're using that as your base doesn't make every other...
What globe height and how have they come to that height?
Exactly, with the radius. What radius? How did they get the radius?
Well, they made it up.
Exactly. And like I was saying, they love trying to say, oh, but you guys have a height to the star. No, there's no such thing as the height to the star. It's an apparent altitude angle. It's apparent. It's not a physical altitude. How are you going to know the physical height if it's only an apparent angle measurement? You can't. That's why when you measure it, it has different altitude angles because it's based on perspective.
Yeah.
Exactly. But let's see if they're going to actually present some Bible attacks. I mean, this is supposed to be about the Bible. And so far, they haven't shown anything about the Bible yet.
And yeah, exactly. They didn't even get to it at all. Not even the prologue.
So we'll see what they present to us. You guys ready?
Yeah.
Let's just, hey, Lumpy, good to see you, mate.
Are exceedingly small compared to what NASA or the globe Earth theorists claim, which is that the sun is about 93 million miles away. So the difference between, let's go with 3,000 miles just because that's a good number, and compare that with 93 million miles. We're talking a difference of a factor of 31,000 times.
You see what I said? Now he's comparing that and saying it's a difference of 31,000 times. Why? Why are you worrying about the difference? That's just idiotic. That's a dumb argument to be honest. It's really stupid. And I see this happening a lot lately with the globe arguments, guys. They're trying to compare maths, and their basis is based on the globe. And saying, you see, it's so off of the globe's math, so therefore yours is wrong. So in other words, they're just claiming the globe's math is correct.
I was just going to say, what globe maths like?
Yeah, they just claim it's correct. So according to this guy, he's on the founding foundation that 93 million miles away is correct. And because your numbers, based on straw manning, by the way, is the difference of 31,000 times, therefore you're wrong. What the hell?
Right.
It's crazy. Hey, Walking Man, thank you for coming. And the bad guy, hello.
So all I'm saying is that you just have to get close. You have such a monstrous margin of error here that there's a number of experiments you could.
Jeff Gassett, that's a good one. So it says the globe theory is 31,000% wrong. Exactly. Chris Nimazek, thank you for coming. He says, what's the right figure? There is no right figure, mate. It's an apparent altitude angle. Just like we showed with... let's actually do this quickly.
Can we establish what the sun is before we try and claim any kind of measurement to how far away it is?
Exactly. Okay. Mr. Chris, let's take a picture like showing this one. You would agree that all these light poles are exactly the same actual height, correct? Now, if you're measuring an apparent altitude angle, let's say I measure to there and I measure 30 degrees. And I measure an apparent altitude angle to here, which is about 75 degrees. You would agree that according to the apparent altitude angle, it looks like it has dropped, but it hasn't physically dropped. It's only due to perspective. It's an apparent angle change. So therefore, you cannot have the actual height of the star or sun or whatever you're trying to look for, because it's only based in an apparent angular measurement, which requires a triangle, which requires a horizontal baseline. Hey, Nachiketa, good to see you, mate. Thank you for coming. Glad you could make it. So yeah, it's very, very simple. If you're claiming a height of the star or something, the burden of proof is on you, not on the flat earth side, because you are the one claiming it, and therefore it makes it a straw man if you're trying to claim heights and say, you see, it changes heights when you have different apparent altitude angles. Then you're just showing you're either dishonest or very dumb.
But you can go to a lamppost and measure its height physically. You can't get to the sun and measure that.
Exactly, that's the difference. The light pole you can physically go and touch and measure. Can you do the same with a sun or a star? No, you can't.
Do, and all you have to do is get close. You could be off by 400 or 500% on your numbers and still be able to determine whether the Earth is flat or a sphere. What? So,
hey, Maximus Flatus, he says we have a container, so there must be actual height of. It's got nothing to do with the height. The container is simple. We have gas pressure to breathe, so therefore we have containment. No one's claiming the physical height.
Why don't they get that? Why don't they get that? That for us to be able to breathe, you've got to have gas pressure, and able to have gas pressure, you've got to have containment. How didn't they get that?
Yeah, it's got nothing to do with height.
But nobody's claiming height and dimensions to said container.
Nope.
No.
The only thing we're holding to is we have containment because we're bloody breathing. That's it.
It helps. A lot.
It's like telling a guy, did you get to work today? He says, yes, I took my car. And the guy says, oh, but a guy in India also has a car. Can you please tell me his color of his car? It's like, what's that got to do with anything?
Mhm.
No, but you got a car. He's got a car. So
Mhm.
you see, it's a total red herring. It's got
Yeah.
nothing to do with it.
Yeah. Some mental logic.
Let's take a look at that. Now, okay, one second. Let me go to the comments. Okay, I don't see any new comments. Okay, so,
Okay.
my point there being the flat Earth theorists don't even have to agree on the altitude of the sun. But I think if you guys could chime in the chats, please. Those of you who are flat Earth believers, even is that number fair? Say
No, it's not fair. It's a straw man because it's got nothing to do with the argument. I forgot to say the chat, guys. We got 22 votes. Will they actually bring up the Bible? Yes, 23%. No, 36%. And hope so, 41%. Yeah, so far we have seen no Bible bring it up, and they're supposed to be bringing Bible into this. That's the whole reason we actually chose these guys.
That's it. That's why I put a hope so, because in the last one they didn't seem to, and we expected it.
Can I
But
just mention guy on your left is in front of masonry again? Quite uncanny.
Which one?
Guy on left.
This guy. The
Guy
funny...
on left. The guy with deep voice.
Yeah, that's what I
Is
said.
in
That's guy.
front of masonry again. Like, what other guy were in front of it?
This guy is in front of like a... I don't know what that is. What is that?
It's masonry.
brick wall.
Mosaic.
So he's on, no, masonry. He's on about the wall. The brick wall behind him is masonry.
I wouldn't say that. Okay, it's got some
Mm,
orange in there.
yeah, but I mean, no, the wall itself, the building of the wall is masonry, and it like
I
building
made
blocks.
this exact same comment a few days ago on another video. A guy were in front of masonry.
Okay. Yeah, well, I wouldn't say it's just masonry just because it's got a brick wall, though. That might be a bit of a stretch, though, don't you think?
I would say, but yeah, I would equate like masonry more like blocks and stuff like rather than bricks itself. But yeah, I'd still get it. I still get that.
Yeah, look, masons are very prevalent in foundations and building and stuff.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to go out and say this guy's a mason just because he's in front of a brick wall, though. Maybe that's just what he likes. I don't know. I don't know the guy long enough to be able to say if he's mason proud.
No, of course.
I didn't say that. I said, funnily enough, again, there's another guy in front of masonry.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Charlie. Nobody said
within a few videos. Right?
Yeah, and Charlie Wells, nobody said he was a Freemason. He just made a comment. That's all.
I never mentioned Freemasons at all.
Exactly.
Yeah, the thing is, he's just saying it's very common to see people in front of masonry.
Masonry.
That's what he's saying.
But listen, I can believe what I want.
Yeah, exactly. And you have your...
I don't answer to idiots in chat for a start.
And you got your right to share your opinion. Definitely. And if the people have a problem with it, that's their problem. Then they should learn how to mature up and grow up.
3,000 miles? Is that an okay?
He's a Pink Floyd fan. Not another brick in the wall.
Now that's a stretch.
Nachikita said idiot. Yeah, no, you're definitely not an idiot, Nachikita. But it's good to have you here, definitely. Yeah, guys, like I was saying before the show started, I am working on a presentation. I hope it's done tomorrow or Friday night. It's got to do with trying to explain the mechanics, with equations, by the way, behind why we see relative density disequilibrium and why the accelerating Earth is just bullshit. And I'm going to comment now to all flat earthers that are saying Dull is not pushing an accelerating Earth. Stop lying to yourself. Dull, stop lying to everybody. You are contradicting yourself when you say you are not pushing and accelerating Earth up, and then in your explanation showing a rocket accelerating up with a reference frame, accelerating up and saying we are in that reference frame. That means accelerating Earth straight. So stop lying to yourself and stop lying to everyone else. It's a contradiction. The only one that's showing he's retarded here is the flat earthers saying they're accelerating upwards. And I'm saying that straight out.
Number, or do you want to make it 4 times that much? I don't care, but just is that an okay number to work with? And are you okay with
just to chime in real quickly? And I think the consensus that I'm hearing as I do more research and listen to more flat earthers.
He's not lying. He's very real in his mind, unfortunately. Well, then he has to get his head checked, because you cannot contradict yourself by saying, I'm not pushing up, accelerating up Earth, and then go and show your explanation and accelerating Earth. That is called deception. That's called lying. That's contradicting yourself. So he's lying to himself.
Yeah, they do that a lot, and it tends to come to the fact that they believe their own lies eventually.
Mm-hmm. If you lie enough to yourself, you're going to believe it. Instead of just getting over his ego, like he says, because he loves projecting his ego onto everybody else. Just get over it, Dal.
What's all anger about? That's what I want to know. Like,
I mean,
if he's got truth, why can't he just be calm and humble and he's got truth behind him,
But that's what I'm saying. When he was on my show, who was the one getting triggered and calling me names and going off on crazy and just getting frustrated just because I don't agree with his contradiction? It's crazy.
Exactly.
No one's enforcing an echo chamber here, Rocket Man. But if you want to, you can just leave.
Sorry, he's gone. He had a warning, now he's gone.
He's gone.
Shame,
See you
poor
later,
guy.
Rocket.
Poor guy.
Shame, pal.
That's the thing with these trolls. They think they can just say what they want all the time and just not pay the consequences for it. It's fine to have opinions, but if you're going to carry on doing what you're doing after getting warned, you will be timed out. It's as simple as that.
Exactly.
Paul timed him out. He complained. I timed him out for complaining, and I said, "Complain again." Timed him out, and he out straight complaining.
I think before we go on, I actually want to show you guys.
Can't say we're not tolerant. You know what I mean? We tolerate a lot.
Some of the things.
Right, let's be clear, right? Since I started making videos on my channel, I've been trolled to pieces by said fools who come in chat, right? I'm not tolerant of them.
Mm-hmm.
Especially not when all they can do is complain and moan and don't bring any evidence.
Exactly. Someone's in the background. Okay, guys. This is from Dal's latest stream when he was trying to explain. Accelerate did a good job showing. Unfortunately, he also believes he's accelerating Earth up rubbish and saying he's not what he's claiming, which is total nonsense. But listen to it, look at it, and then think of general relativity in the globe.
These are facts of reality, right? We let an object go and it appears to us that it moves towards the Earth. These are the claims that are being addressed, right? So I'm going to try and convey it, as best I can so that it is absolute clarity, because it's not that difficult, which again should arise suspicion in your mind about why certain factions are making this much more difficult than it actually has to be. Because so far, the responses that are coming back are just nonsensical gibberish. Total and utter nonsensical gibberish. First and foremost, let me address this misrepresentation, this straw man that they keep trying to attach to me, that I'm asserting that the Earth is accelerating upwards. Right? Again, the motion of the Earth, the proposition that there's a motion of the Earth would be upwards relative to us within the reference frame.
so accelerating Earth upwards. He says he's not saying the Earth is accelerating upwards, but he just literally said it now, like literally.
Right, so skip forward in that same video, right? He draws a car going sideways with balloon in it, and balloon moves forward, and then he says twist it 90 degrees, and there you go.
That's not even it. Proof, right? That's not even this video. This one's now the one that X-Ray took the cutting of it because he was trying to explain with a rocket. Now
the guy clearly claims that accelerating upwards Earth is he contradicts himself over and over again.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
And even Rachel backs him up and says he's not claiming that, and then backs him up in comments later on. It's like,
but that's what I'm saying.
Double speaking. And I'm sorry if you're listening, Rachel, right? But you are double speaking. I can prove it.
Yeah, but this video proves it. You just heard him. He said in the same sentence, he's not saying Earth is accelerating up, while he's just said it's in the accelerating reference. Now he's going to explain it with a image. Just look with a rocket. Listen, guys.
So to us within the reference frame, there's a motion towards our feet. So we can say it's an upward motion. So I drew.
It's not accelerating Earth, but we can say it's an upward motion.
What else does he want you to derive from that? What else does he want you to derive from that? That's upward acceleration. What's he on about?
So yeah, but this is his explanation. Remember, like the general relativity with Veritasium explains the reference frame inside the rocket. This is exactly what he's explaining. In the rocket, it's general relativity pushed onto a flat Earth, guys. It's accelerating Earth. It doesn't matter how you look at it. It's accelerating Earth. Hey, Rachel, good to see you. Thank you for coming. She says it's fun. He's joining role. He's not saying it's accelerating up, but I am. He's saying going constant speed. Yeah, the 9.8 meters per second is a constant upward motion. That means accelerating Earth. That's what it means.
When he draws his car accelerating with balloon in it, and then you twist it 90 degrees, Rachel, then he's claiming upward accelerating Earth.
Okay,
but do you not realise that that's what you're claiming?
But this is what I'm going to have to tell Rachel. Can I quickly explain something to you? If he's claiming with a car accelerating, he says the acceleration is causing the density. Okay? While it's accelerating. If you're saying the Earth is not accelerating, then how is he going to equivocate it to give it the density? That means it needs to accelerate. What happens when the car stops accelerating? Or it drives at a constant? It no longer has the same density ratio. But don't worry. Like I said, my presentation is almost done. Hopefully tomorrow I can do my presentation to show you guys just how idiotic this is and explain why we see it based on relative density disequilibrium. With equations, guys. With actual equations based on physics today. So, yeah. So, let's get back to his contradiction.
These lines here, right? So, let's imagine, right, we're just on some rocket ship, right? We'll just do that for simplicity.
Let's imagine we're on a rocket ship for simplicity. We're not on an accelerating Earth, but we're on a rocket ship, guys. Going up. Accelerating up.
Right, now this rocket ship is moving upwards, right, relative to us standing.
So the rocket ship is moving up with us. So the ground is moving upwards. That's called accelerating Earth.
Within it. Us as viewers are looking.
Yeah, he means a constant speed at 1,000 miles per hour. I mean accelerating. However, using the car doesn't work as a constant speed. That's why I claim accelerating. But objects, there's... Rachel, remember that video I brought with that rocket shooting up? The deceleration debunks this whole argument. That's the whole issue. If he's claiming it to be a constant and it's not accelerating, it won't give the argument he's going. It won't give the density ratios. You cannot have the density ratios if it's a constant. You can only have it with the acceleration. His claim is simply the acceleration causes the density ratios. That's his claim. So if you're going to have a constant velocity, aka not accelerating anymore, you're keeping constant, there won't be this density ratio push as he puts it. So yeah, it's an idiotic argument, and I'm dumbfounded that people actually fall for this nonsense.
I can't believe you're falling for it, Rachel, to be honest. It's one of the most ridiculous things ever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I can't believe it. Who, what, where is an idiot and comes into chat and says stupid things like that. Numpty.
Yeah, Rachel, things do decelerate. And when it decelerates, it debunks him. That's what you don't understand. Okay, I'm going to try and see if I can quickly draw it. So this is becoming a Dell thing again, guys. Oh. Okay. This is simple, Dell. And everybody else watching. If you're having... Let's say this is a road. Well, the vector is now going this way. Okay? Now, you are going, and here you are driving 20 kilometers an hour. He says if you accelerate, it gives the density. So let's say you're going to 40 kilometers an hour. So you have accelerated from 20 to 40 kilometers an hour. So therefore, the denser is now pushed at the back. But now he's saying it's a constant. So 1,000 miles an hour. Okay? Constantly moving that direction. There's no acceleration. It's already at a constant. What's going to happen with his little car experiment? Oh, the water is going to just stay at the bottom of the bottle. Correct? Now we can turn that totally around with an accelerating frame upwards, as he puts it. Okay? And he says it's not accelerating. So if the Earth is being pushed upwards at 1,000 miles an hour, your density... I hope Dal is listening, because this... Really, Dal, this is like nonsense, okay? It's already sitting like this. It sits there already at a constant or acceleration. Correct? It's not the acceleration that it's not your constant that causes this. It's denser.
Can I butt in just while it's relevant in chat?
Mm-hmm.
Maximus Flatus says, Jeff Gasshead, I don't know why Keith is saying nobody knows the height of the container of the sun. He's claiming Operation Fishbowl. Now, if you look into Operation Fishbowl, they were firing rockets at several different heights. They were taking a stab in dark or whether that's where the firmament was. If they were even trying to blow holes in firmament. I mean, that's all speculation anyway. Like, so, nobody knows height or it.
Or dimensions, nothing. We don't know.
Who says
dimensions, where it starts.
Who says even on Operation Fishbowl they were even able to get to the height?
Well, exactly.
So yeah, I could have detonation before that. But original DJ, your penmanship sucks. Yes, it actually does. But you see what I'm saying, okay? Now, if we take it in with his presentation as it's Newton's first law, exactly. Now we take his accelerating car, which the vector is that way, and he's false equivocating it to up. So he's saying if I accelerate, therefore it's going to show here because I'm accelerating. So now he's saying, oh, Earth is also accelerating up, but he's not accelerating. He's saying it is constant. So when it's constant and he drives in a car, what's going to happen? Where's the water going to lie? Is it going to lie at the back of the bottle or on the bottom of the bottle? The bottom of the bottle. If he's going a constant speed. So when you turn it around,
it's not going to be the back.
What's going to happen? Even if you're not accelerating, it's still going to have the same place because it's not the acceleration that causes this, or in this case for Dal, the constant, which is nonsensical because he's literally claiming an acceleration, hence why accelerates the car.
Yeah.
It means it's not that causes the density ratio. Just think about that, guys. Think about that, please. But yeah, stay tuned for my presentation tomorrow night or Friday night, because it simply will show it to be preposterous.
So like during thrust, like you say thrust or acceleration, it would pile up at the back, but on a constant, it would lay flat. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, got you, right.
Looking at this from outside the reference frame of the rocket.
I might have to just make it
the person within it and its object. Okay? If this reference frame is moving uniformly at 1,000 miles per hour, that means that the reference frame, the man and the object are all moving at 1,000 miles per hour. So if we can see this rocket going past our grid reference here, right? We're witnessing this going past our grid reference and it's moving at 1,000 miles an hour. Now, as the person lets the object go, to the person within the reference frame, the object immediately appears to go down and hit the ground.
No, you see, Dal, that's the issue you have. It doesn't appear to hit the ground. It physically hits the ground. That's why he didn't get when I said what happens when you fire a bullet. Does it apparently accelerate or does it physically accelerate? It's crazy. But yeah, guys, the main point is he's saying we're having a constant acceleration. He's saying Earth is constantly having a velocity up at 1,000 miles per hour. Then you not have acceleration. It's already at a constant. So therefore, you cannot use your argument of accelerating causes the density arrangement. You either accelerate or you keep it a constant. Choose one. And yeah, exactly, level up. He would either have to say Newton's first law is wrong or he has to say Earth accelerates. Which one is it going to be? Okay, but let's get back to these two numbskulls.
Word salad.
Word salad. Let's get back to these two guys that have not brought the Bible up yet. Okay.
Can I just comment though? Like, I'm not interested in what Dell says. No offense to you, Flatzoid, what you say or what Nathan Oakley said. I believe what Scripture says, and God says Earth don't move.
It does, and I stick with that too.
Absolutely.
Definitely. I'm not going to call God a liar.
No.
Fools rush in with
angels fear to tread, you know what I mean?
Sorry?
It says, fools rush in where angels fear to tread.
Mm-hmm.
Less than a 4, even though that's, marginal or whatever, but I'm hearing 3,000, 3,200. But let's give them 3,000 to 4,000. It seems to be the predominating consensus among flat earthers, from my perspective, from my research. Now, again, if they want to chime in on the chats, I think that'd be great. We can get their point of view directly from them.
Yeah, and I see that Breaking Babylon agrees that's fair. 1 second here.
Hey, Titan, good to see you, mate. Thank you for coming. He says, hey, Flats panel and the other people in chat, I hope you're well. Yeah, doing very well, thanks. Flats, have a physically turn on notifications from your channel every day. Yeah, I don't know why that does it. I've heard people say it just turns off my notifications. But guys, do know I do stream practically every day. This is your turn, PJ. Someone's in chat.
Oh, yeah. Oh, hiya, Julie. How you doing, beautiful? I thought you might have fell asleep by now. She is beautiful. You can tell just by looking at the name, can't you?
I'm glad you guys are happy together.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I've never been happier.
It's good to see you, Julie. Thank you for coming. And Tiger Bear. But yeah, like I was saying, I don't understand why it puts the notifications off, Titan. It's a conspiracy. So yeah, guys, do know I do stream about the same time every night, except on Tuesdays, obviously. And it's always going to be between 9 o'clock Central African time and about 10 or 11 Central African time at night. Just depends with the power and stuff. I am now running on generator until 11, and then I'm just going to quickly have black screen for a few minutes while I change it over to the power, just to let you guys know. So yeah, we're not limited by the power tonight, at least. Okay, let's see if we can get these guys to get past this idiotic argument.
I've lost my images. I've got like
I thought you were going to say train
15
of thought,
different
then.
programs.
Sorry?
I thought you were going to say train of thought then.
He might as well because
it looks right dumbfounded.
Yeah, he might as well because that was the most idiotic argument I've seen.
Get that chip pan back on your head.
It's open right now. Here we go. Okay, this is the one.
Just before we get to that, I'm going to remind everybody once again if it moves the feed. There's no worries, no time to fret. Just join us again on rumble.com /user/IanJuby/live, and it'll take you right back to the most recent chat.
Thank you very much. We gotta keep.
Maximus Fetish, a bullet does not accelerate after it leaves the gun. It decelerates. Yeah, but it accelerates out of the gun, Maximus, and then it starts decelerating. It first has to accelerate to decelerate. Maximus.
Into decelerating as soon as it comes out into air.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, in physics, slowing down is also considered acceleration. Yeah, because it's relative to the reference frame. This is also explained in my presentation, guys. All got to do with the reference frame. And that's what's hinged on with Dell. And why he doesn't understand he's pushing accelerating Earth.
Reminding that because some people are joining. Thank you. Okay. I'm glad you remembered.
Okay, Level. See you later, mate. Thank you for coming. Level up.
Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to go through a few different models because a couple of people on Gab objected when I used this image, which really I wasn't trying to make a statement with this, but they did have a point which I have to agree with, and that is, for some of the flat Earth advocates will not like this model. They will say adamantly.
Whoa, wait. What model?
Not a model.
Yeah, I was to say, what model? That's not a model. That's a image of a straw man.
Picture created, isn't it?
Yeah, it's an image of a straw man. It's crazy. The only ones you can take that to push it is for the people saying it's accelerating up. Then you can maybe straw man them with that. Because that's what they're claiming. Because that's another question we have. If it is accelerating up, what's it accelerating into? If you guys say space doesn't exist.
This does not represent what I believe. And I'm fair with that. I'm okay with that. Just understand where I'm coming from in that there's going to be a lot of different models that people like or dislike. So what I'm going to do, I'll show you is a bunch of different ones, different models. This one is actually straight.
Okay, now, why is he saying it's a different model? First of all, it's still, again, not a model. This is exactly what he showed previously. It's just not floating in space. So the guy doesn't even actually know what he's talking about. Hey, Gary Wabenga, good to see you, mate. Yeah, on a flat, motionless Earth.
Straight off the Flat Earth Society website. So this is the model they have. They just steered clear of the... of what's underneath,
no.
and that's fine. I'm okay.
Stay clear of what's underneath. That's not what anybody's staying clear of. Where are you situating this? Where are they putting this?
That's it. Do you know what I mean? What medium is this in? You know what I mean? It's just ridiculous because that looks like space to me, but space is not a real thing. It's a violation of the third law.
Second.
You know what I mean? Oh, sorry, the second. I can't believe I just said that. What a numpty. Oh, God, I sounded like a right numpty then saying that. I knew it was the second, by the way, guys. I was just testing flats.
I'm awake at least.
Yeah,
I know. Well, I'm glad you got it. I'm glad because I would have said something, I would have. Yeah. It was a slip of the tongue. My brain's a little bit mush lately,
I blame Julie for that.
Yeah, absolutely.
But so I'll number these. This is number 1, and try and decide which one you think most accurately.
The Gleason's map. I'm not saying anything's wrong with it. He's calling it a model. Gleason's map works for what it's intended to do. Because it is a latitude and time map. But the problem is the globers like to use it and say, oh, you see, the distances are wrong. So they're straw manning it and using it for things that the map's not claimed to be. So that's the only thing wrong, I would say, the Gleason's map. But yeah, he's trying to say the Gleason's map is a model. Definitely not. The guy doesn't know what a model is. Yeah, I don't just subscribe to whatever that is. Exactly, Richard. I don't think any of us do.
It represents your view, basically. And just remember, there will be people who disagree. But I want to accurately represent is what I want to do. So there's number 2. That's off the Flat Earth website. This one, I think...
Flat Earth website. What Flat Earth website is he talking about? Hopefully it's not a Flat Earth Society website.
Everyone would object to. Look at the continents, the way they're laid out. I forget about what's going on underneath.
That's the Mercator map, if he doesn't know that. I think this is the one Arwen pushes, the Mercator map. Arwen's a Mercator map kind of guy, isn't he?
Yeah, I think so.
That'd be a looping map.
Yeah, the loopy one.
Pac-Man,
loopy,
Pac-Man
loopy,
loop.
loopy.
Pac-Man loop.
Yeah, I think it does, yeah.
You automatically come out the other way for some odd reason. I still want to know where the physics for that is.
Yeah, and that just means like the sun and moon just must go into a porthole and come out back to the other side in the morning or something. I don't know. Something like that.
Yeah. Hey, Carl Alper, good to see you, man. Thank you for coming.
But this is just another example which I think they would all object to. I would as well. I don't think that accurately represents the flat Earth at all.
I don't think you know what flat Earth is to represent it at all, to be honest.
This map stuck on underneath for a chocolate drop in it's not doing it for me.
No.
I'm sorry.
But like I'm saying, this guy is saying he doesn't think that represents flat Earth. Like I said, I don't think the guy knows what flat Earth is to say what it represents or not. Otherwise, he wouldn't be showing this.
That's right.
Rachel says, doesn't necessarily have to be accelerating moving up into space, only up relative to us. Could be going in a large circle. And God is meant to sit above the circle of Earth and it hangs up on...
No.
No. Can't be going in a circle because then it would be changing vectors as it goes around the circle. Remember, if it's a flat disk, let's say going around in circles like this, the tangential vector is going to change the whole time.
If it's going in a circle, it's always accelerating.
Yeah, of course. Always.
It's going to
not
change.
linear, is it?
No, and it's going to change tangential vectors every time it... Because now you relative forward, and as soon as it starts going the other way, you're relative sideways, and then you're relative back. You understand?
And then if you're going to be claiming Earth's doing motion, then sun and moon are standing still.
That's right.
It's like climbing on a Ferris wheel on high speeds. You're going to feel the different vectors.
Right.
My problem with this, right, is you have to start making baller claims.
Well, that's right. Like especially the medium it's in.
The bottom of the crux of this argument, Raichi, it's based on general relativity. It's a globe argument. You guys are pushing globe nonsense. That's why Flat Earth Society is nonsense. It's pushing the globe argument. It's pushing globe physics. It's pushing gravity. It's just gravity in granny socks, saying it's not gravity. Because that's exactly what accelerating Earth is. Unfortunately, it is.
Yeah, can I just say to Paula, yeah, it was nice talking to you earlier in Ellemnet, Paula, the level up. Yeah, it was good chat.
Yeah,
good
Paula
chat.
has
biblical chat.
Paula has awesome chats, guys. If you haven't already, do subscribe to her channel. Really does have awesome biblical content. So if you guys haven't already, go to Level Up's channel and subscribe to her, please.
That's was that number 3? I think it was number 3. Okay. Number 4. This one includes the Rakia firmament from Genesis 1.
Hey, Welsh, good to see you. I don't know what he's saying. They actually all got the firmament, as far as I know. Correct? Just because they didn't draw it on doesn't mean it's not there. Which validates my point. He doesn't even know what the flat Earth is to be able to say how it should be represented or not.
6.
Are we going to accept the firmament as his reference to the Bible?
Sorry?
Are we going to count this as his reference to the Bible?
I hope so. Because it is got to do with the rakia. He did say the word rakia, firmament.
He said Genesis 1.
Rachie says, you wouldn't know if it was a large enough circle. Imagine driving around 1,000 miles. You would feel it. 480 meters a second, changing with vector. Doesn't matter how you look at it. It's going to be 480 meters a second at the so-called, well, this would be that was the equator of the globe. Imagine what it would be at the rim of the flat Earth.
But we're back to a baller thing saying, like, you won't feel constant speed.
Yeah,
that's what if you're going round in a constant circle, you're constantly accelerating.
Yeah.
But the thing is, you will feel it because it would change vector and it would change tangential speed.
Yeah. And that is a baller claim that we don't feel the spin or rotating, going orbiting.
You will feel it. If something changes vector, if something changes vector and changes tangential speed, you feel it. It doesn't matter the speed it's going.
Yeah, well, you feel acceleration, don't you? That's why they try and say you can't feel Earth moving because it's not accelerating. But
to
claim you're going round in a big circle, then you were always accelerating. You would feel it.
Mm-hmm.
This will sound like I'm.
Sorry?
I was just going to say you'd be crushed to floor or something.
Yeah. I mean, imagine you just enjoying everyday life, going to the beach, and all of a sudden now it's changed its vector. So you're trying to jump in the water and you jump sideways. I think you would realize that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Best to not try frame as a false dichotomy. I agree.
Trying to dodge the topic, guys, but I'm actually not. What I want to do is I want to ask you guys a question. I know some flat earth advocates will believe in the dome, but I would contend the dome is not a critical part of the flat earth model.
What? Okay, no one says dome though. It's container or firmament. Dome is also just a word given to straw man, and it's got everything to do with it. We got gas pressure, hence you need the containment. What the hell?
Is this supposed to be a biblical chat, but we're supposed to throw out day 2 of creation?
Well,
that's the thing. His video is titled biblical. It's got to be biblical, and I haven't seen any biblical thing yet.
No, and now he wants to throw out all the events day 2.
It's just from firmament art, so it's definitely not biblical.
Yeah, that's it.
But let's carry on.
So would you agree with that, or would you disagree? If you disagree, why? See, my views on the Rakia Dome are unconventional, to say the least. Now, Dr. Russ Humphreys, for example, Dr. Russ Humphreys, in his book on the white hole cosmology, he discussed the firmament quite extensively, and I don't believe this, but he argued very compellingly that this solid dome made out of water was on the
made out of water. Nope. That's not scriptural, guys. It's not made out of water. It separated the water.
Yeah, nobody says that.
That is utter bullshit. It's not made out of water.
I mean, we could have an idea, but we simply don't know. But I would doubt very much if it was blooming water.
The Bible specifically says it's not water. It's to separate the waters from the water. Waters under from the waters above.
Exactly. So it's not separating it then if it's made of water. It's combining it.
I mean, not to be rude or anything, but Does this guy read his Bible if this is the kind of things he's giving?
Unless he's meaning water as in ice or something like that. I don't know, but still.
Outside of the universe, basically, is what he would contend. And he had some very compelling arguments.
Oh, so he says that guy's pushing that it's made out of the water outside of the universe. First of all, did the Bible even state the universe?
No.
No. And it definitely didn't state the firmament made out of water. It specifically made the firmament to separate the waters from above from the waters from below. That means physical structure.
I don't believe that, but all I'm saying is I could be wrong. He might be right. Personally,
no, he can't be right. Show us a dome made out of water, please, and then show it beyond the universe. I mean,
exactly.
Everything he just said is unfounded and also just based on hogwash.
Yeah, it's just coming out of your imagination.
Mm-hmm.
I think the dome is no longer there, that it was there until the time of the flood. And personally, that's what I think. But even Dr. Carl Baugh, who was the guy who put me onto that.
So he's one of those that, yeah, God had a firmament around, a physical dome. But then when he opened the windows and doors, then that means the whole dome physically evaporated or something. It disintegrated.
Right,
so that's why we had Noah's flood.
Right, so we had a flat contained earth, and when God opened the heavens and let the waters through to flood the earth, it then became a heliocentric world. After that. That's great.
No, he believes it was a globe, but he thinks it's a globe that had a dome around it. A physical firmament around the dome, around the globe. And when the flood came, it disintegrated, and that's why we had Noah's flood. But then answer me this. Where did the waters go afterwards?
Can I jump in a minute? I want to address this guy in chat, Welsh Reese. Right, reality, with your own eyes, you can see Earth is flat.
Absolutely.
Bible also tells you Earth is flat.
Absolutely. It implies it a million times as well. It supports it. It teaches it.
Whether you want to believe Bible, that's your problem, man. Nobody else's. But I don't see what you're trying to argue.
Well, Welsh, if you ever want to come and have a discussion on this sometime on my channel, let me know. I'm more than happy to let you come and chat about it. I mean, it'll be nice to have you on. I mean, the people that usually come on are just too scared to come chat again. So if you ever want to, it'd be great to have you. Oh, and I forgot to say, hi, Cygnus Step. Good to see you. Thank you for coming. Cygnus Step, we don't excommunicate. We're not a cult.
That's Witsit's job.
Yeah. Hi, Restoring Reality. Thank you for coming. Yeah, let's carry on.
Model. Even he has kind of steered away from that model now, right? Yeah, sorry about my camera, guys. My one camera died, and I didn't have a chance to test this one before anything, so I frantically put it up in a hurry.
One point I want to make here. There's actually another model that I've come across, and it's.
Okay.
Al has frozen.
Let's see.
Speaking of the frozen dome,
Land beyond the ice wall.
Okay, there we go.
So the ice wall.
I had not heard that.
Yeah, true.
He has not heard that. Yeah, some people do push land beyond the ice wall. What are your guys' thoughts on that, though?
I don't know. I've been there.
It's just, yeah, sorry. Can you go on, Matthew, first?
I've never been there. I don't know.
Exactly.
No, yeah, that's it.
All just speculation. Not saying it's not possible. Not saying it's not possible.
Oh.
But then you have to claim there is an ice wall first. I mean, some people claim the ice wall is the footstool of the dome. Some people claim it is a dome.
Listen to this moron, Hillary M. If there's a dome, how can the rain get through? Duh.
Oh my goodness! Come on.
Where the clouds, Hillary?
you think clouds are outside dome, you plonker?
Oh, come on, that's ridiculous. That's a troll question. You know that. That's not even serious. Come on.
Man.
That sounds like a Sean Hawkins comment.
Yeah, it does. Sorry.
Probably just a joke, but yeah.
Tori, or I can't remember the name of it. Terra something. Anyway.
Owen's magical looping. It must be.
That there's more land and more civilizations beyond the ice wall. With perhaps some are saying it's one dome covering everything. Other flat earthers are saying there's multiple domes, one that covers what we can see right up to the ice wall.
And that's also against Bible scripture, guys. You should know that, because this rakia, the firmament, is to separate the waters from the waters. So then you're claiming there's civilizations in the waters. Think about that for a while.
And then a secondary dome that covers beyond that the other territories. So
second dome. What's
the
second
models
dome?
change quite frequently, and this is part of questioning their own hypothesis, right?
Right.
It's always developing something new. So I just wanted to throw that out there. I was looking at the models that you presented and that you showed on the screen, and there is
Again, what models? I don't think these guys understand what models are.
No, they don't.
There's actually another one picking up steam that I thought I wanted to
Okay, interesting.
the listeners and the viewers.
Right. Okay. So so those of you in the chats, I'm just looking at the chats again. Have you guys heard any of what Al was sharing? I'd never heard this before. That's a new one to me. So that's it. Anyway, regardless, just let us know if you've heard that before. Okay, CW.
I've got a feeling these guys haven't been too long in the flat Earth arguments.
Yeah.
I mean, look at with the arguments brought up with Aristophanes and stuff, and now this guy didn't even know about this. So, yep, Rachie, that's what they said. An extra dome. But the problem is, these guys are trying to fight against it biblically. So, why are they bringing up things that are not biblical, though? That's the whole argument. I mean, if you're trying to fight it with biblical, where's the Bible? Where are you bringing it? They're not bringing any biblical arguments to the table. It's been 40 minutes in, and I haven't seen one biblical reference yet. You know what I mean? What's going on?
Prez has heard of it. Okay, interesting. The models do change, but we as a majority stick to the biblical description of the Earth. Understood. Yes, and Dr. Bob believes that the dome is gone. So basically, his model had the firmament made out of metallic hydrogen, and
What?
What gives you that idea?
Metallic hydrogen.
What gives them that idea? I mean, what the hell is metallic hydrogen?
Hey, Derek Nelson, good to see you. How the hell would you know that? How would you know it was metallic?
How can there be no dome? Like, no dome means end of Earth.
Exactly.
But not just that. But how the hell would you know it's metallic hydrogen, for Pete's sakes?
Oh. It's just a vivid imagination. It's got to be.
All the rulers have fled together. They are captured by the archers, who all are found in you are bound together. They have fled from afar. Okay, James, what has this got to do with what we're chatting about? Do you know the context of this?
Mm-hmm.
You know, the Bible has things called context.
That's right.
And this had to do with a war. Okay. Where were we? But it's good to have everybody here. Please don't forget to hit that like button and share the show so we can get out to a wider audience. And again, thanks everybody for coming. Hey, Adam Meekin, good to see you too. And I did say hi to Derek Nelson, I think. Kent Hovind is a Christian and offered to debate any flat earther. No one took up the challenge. I'm here for Kent Hovind. I'm here. Believe me, Kent Hovind will not know what hit him because the guy throws away his Bible every time flat earth pops up. Just because he's a Christian.
He's all right doing his creation and that, but when it comes to flat earth, it's not happening.
So yeah, Hillary M, you can let Kent Hovind know. Flatzoid will be happy to debate him. So I'll be more than happy to debate him. Alamican, everybody knows the dome is made from clear aluminium, as already discovered by Scotty in Star Trek 4.
Star Trek, No, it's when they went back to do it's when they transported that whale from Earth to the Enterprise or whatever it was. Yeah, I think it was the Enterprise. They used transparent aluminium, 8 inches thick.
Yep.
Yeah, I remember that, Adam.
That's crazy.
That the eruption of the fountains of the Great Deep at the time of the flood melted it, basically. And that was pretty much the only thing that could destroy it. And that is what brought it down. Because once that's brought down, then because the metallic hydrogen has a bunch of very strange characteristics, which is interesting when you talk about Jupiter, by the way.
Oh, this makes me think of Answers in Genesis when they try and state that the Bible claims that the dinosaurs lived with Adam and Eve.
Sure.
And you know how they got that? God created all land animals on the 6th day. So apparently that was God creating dinosaurs. Do you see how you can just make up anything? And that's exactly what these guys are saying. So it's like, hydrogen aluminium. What do you say? Hydrogen aluminium, correct?
Yeah.
Or something like that. Melted because of volcanoes. It's like, what? Where do you get this nonsense?
Exactly. It's just it's fiction. It's made up. It's stories.
What if you go to Genesis? What's the purpose of the firmament?
To separate the waters from the waters.
Yeah.
Cool.
Exactly.
So if there's no firmament, then are we not?
Yeah, but that's what I'm asking. And God's throne is on the firmament. I mean, even in Revelations, they still talk about the firmament. So how can the end of time be and the firmament's gone, but yet in Revelations the firmament's still there? Does that make sense to you? Metallic hydrogen. Exactly, Lumpy. No, this is insane. Made of unobtainium. Good one, Paula.
Unobtainium, yeah.
Yeah, you can't get it.
Exactly.
But we'll get into that later because we're already 40 minutes in. Jeez, dude, we got to get moving. Okay.
Oh, you want to build plans?
No, it's just
good till midnight.
Okay, and Breaking Bad, like number 4, or Breaking Babylon. I can hear seen the map showing land beyond Antichrist. You've seen a map showing land beyond.
Hillary M, that's how the Bible describes it. We got water all around us. On top, water's on top and water's under. That's how it says, yeah. And the dome is separating it, the firmament. I'm not going to say dome. Why am I saying dome? The firmament is separate. Hey, Jeff, good to see you, mate. Jeff Conkle, thank you for coming. Glad you could make it.
Interesting. I had not heard that before. Okay, so there we have it. Now, do you guys mind? Do you guys feel, those of you who like the dome model or believe the dome model, do you feel that's a critical part of your model? Let me put it another way. If we just ignored that dome and focused on the flat Earth portion, would that make or break your model? Would it make or break your model if that dome wasn't there?
There is no model.
No.
What's he talking about? And why is he trying to get rid of the, as he calls it, the dome? It's like we're saying, oh, globe? Would it matter if your gravity wasn't there? You understand? Or your curve?
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
It's like, what the hell? Okay, sorry guys, I gotta quickly go and stick the powers on. So I gotta quickly stick the generator off. So it's gonna go dark for like a few minutes, about 3 to 5 minutes max, because it has to get the Wi-Fi pushed up on everything. So yeah, it's going to go dark now for 3 to 5 minutes. I'll see you guys back now. Okay.
All right. See you in a little bit. I'll use in chat. Don't get scared when it goes dark. Because it's only in the darkness that light can shine through.